daddies. All my baby daddies are brothers, and I'm currently trying for baby number 7.
Take your clothes off and do what we did before. I mean, we've done it twice. Don't we? I pay her rent too.
Breaking because of household chores, inequality, because they're being held back in their careers. Men add 7 hours of domestic labor.
I like bad boys with protective type.
Man, in and out of jail. In and out of jail. Keep going back to 10 years. You give somebody your whole 20s, bruh.
I have 6 kids and 6 baby daddies. All my baby daddies are brothers, and I'm currently trying for baby number 7. Don't have a family tree, but we have a family forest with lots of vines.
Here is C showing off one of her kids as she walks us through all of her baby daddies. You won't believe how many there are.
This is baby daddy number 1 for baby number 1. Baby daddy number 2. This is number 3. Now this was baby daddy number 4. And then baby daddy.
They all look alike. Now, I want everybody to know the black community. Let's see what you got to say.
Baby daddy number 5 took us on another trip to Florida. This is baby daddy number 6. This is his daddy. I wanted him to be baby daddy number 7, but he left me. And then this is potential baby daddy number 7. Those are all of his uncles. I'm so thankful that his mom gave birth to all these brothers. I can't wait to see what number 7 is going to look like. I already know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, how could you afford all these kids? Don't worry, I get child support. I have 6 kids and 6 baby daddies. I already know someone's going to come on here and be like, oh my god, you have a type. They all look alike. And I know. I don't have a type, but it's because they're all brothers.
You can't make this shit up.
So that makes all of them and my kids sister, brother, uncle, daddy, cousins.
She's nasty. When you say for the community, she's for the entire community of brothers. And they all smashing that and putting babies in her? Is there no other woman? This is I'm sorry. I know I'm making faces, but I know my face is atrocious, but that's because this is atrocious. Ugh.
This woman is going viral after she recorded her landlord asking for more than just rent.
You're either gonna take your clothes off and do what we did before. I mean, we've done it twice already. So we can do it again just like that. Nobody has to know.
I'm just gonna have to tell your wife, Mr. Ross.
Oh, okay. I'll put her out on the street just like I'll put your out on the street. Don't worry, I pay her rent too. You know, I pay all her bills. Okay, look, are you, you're gonna either do, what do you want me to do? Hey, I'll take you out on a date. Would that help?
No.
Would that make you feel better?
No,
okay.
No, it wouldn't. No.
Okay, look, you got about 35 minutes. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
No, I'm not doing it anymore, so
You did it before. What's so hard about doing it again?
However, people in the comments called her out saying they would do it as long as it would cover rent, as rent is too high these days, especially that she has already done it before.
Yeah, that's wild, but a lot of women would do it. They would jump in line and let them take turns and all of them while they're all there. Like, really, rent is bad nowadays. I couldn't see myself doing that for some buns. Like, I would feel like the way I feel like I'm demeaning myself. I don't know. I wouldn't be happy with myself as a man.
This video is for the landlord, Mr. Robert. This, Mr. Robert, if you have to get another tenant for that apartment, I'm ready to give my security deposit right now.
See, she thinks it's okay, right? But that guy's still collecting the rent from her. That's what makes it wild. He's still getting the money from her. She's just able to pay late. If you weren't paying at all, that would be something. I think that lady thinks she's not paying at all. She's just paying late. And who wants to go through that, right?
I got something for Mr. Robert. I got something. Because if he think that just because it's time to pay rent again, he's about to me, he got something coming for him. It's like, he's in my house right now. He's in my living room. Asked him to leave and he will not leave. But it's cool. It's cool. Stay there because now I have something to show your wife. Since you think you can use me, okay, cool.
As he said already, this was before it happened, that didn't work.
Hey, hi. Did y'all see the video of the black girl and her landlord? And he was saying, girl, you already did it 2 times with me. Just drop them drawers and let's do it again. And you can pay me back the rent later. So I'm not going to get it for free. But anyways, and she was like, no, ew, I don't want to do it anymore. You're as old as my dad. And he was like, you've done it before. But she said, you know, the only reason that this is happening is because she lost her job recently. And I'm assuming recently, probably like 2 months ago. She said it. I'm trying to find a video. I cannot find it because everybody is stitching her video, but they're not tagging her. So I can't find it to show you guys, but I'm going to find it. But if you find it before me, please put it in the comment section. But yeah. And then he said, girl, you got about 5 minutes to either drop these drawers or you're going to get kicked out. And so she said, I'm going to tell your wife, which is why she was recording it. And he was like, I don't care. I'll kick her out too. I'll pay her rent. So I'm going to kick her out and I'm going to kick you out. And she just kept saying she don't want to do it. And he was like, look, like basically, if it's going to make you feel better, I'll take you out on a date. What do you want? And she was like, I don't want either. Like, I just don't want to do it anymore. But it doesn't look like he's just going to accept late fees or anything like that. Please ignore this. This is protein. Yeah, I don't know. That's just nasty and disgusting. It's an older white man. Fitting the narrative. No.
The wild thing with that whole situation, she should have never did it. When he was pressing her, let me get some. Let me get some. She should have said no and stuck to her guns. Now look what you did. You got the man thinking he come through and get something strange and not even give you a piece of change. You got to pay that back. Ugh, that's sad.
Yeah, I met my baby daddy when I was 19 years old. Actually, I just turned 20. I take that back. I just turned 20. I was 20 years old. He was 29, right? When I met him, I just remember... house. I used to be so sweet. I used to be so just green light. I used to be green. And I wholeheartedly now at 32 years old feel like he took advantage of that innocent me because y'all, bruh. It is crazy how men will manipulate you, bruh. Take you away from your family. I'm talking about move me to a whole nother state, move me out the country. I ain't have neighbors, I ain't have friends. I spent my whole 20s. Y'all, out in freaking Iota, Louisiana, living in the house, sitting on freaking bricks, right? And I come from money. I come from good people, but I literally settled for the barest of minimum of a man, bruh, who didn't do nothing but cheat on me, have girls in my house, driving my car to see girls. I ain't have nobody. I was out there by myself, y'all. I was out there by myself, just me and my kids. And I started having this man freaking kids. I ask myself all the time, like, how dumb were you, bro? Like, how dumb? So, on top of that, this man in and out of jail. Keep going back to jail. Keep going back to prison, right? I'm Josing him. You know what I'm saying? I'm loyal. I'm a Capricorn. I'm one of the loyalest people you gonna ever meet, bruh. Like, I'm one of the loyalest people you gonna ever meet. This man go to jail. And I'm telling y'all, bruh, this man never really spent no money on me. Like, this past year, this last time he just got out of prison, that's the most money he ever spent on me. And I mean, for somebody who you've been with for 13 years, you would think, I mean, you owe me more than that. But long story short, y'all, my baby daddy just went back to jail, bro. He got sentenced to 5 years. He been in there for like 6 months. And I ain't gonna lie, I bought a brand new truck, a 2023 Audi Q8 last year. For Christmas last year, I spent $8,000 on him. You know what I'm saying? On him alone. Not even that's not included with what I spent on my kids. Y'all seen that? I showed y'all. I bought out. I blew through a lot of money last year because, I mean, you know, we was moving.
This woman, she's the prime. She's the definition. When guys say you gave all your good years to Pookie, guys are talking about her. They are. And it's too late. It's not too late because she's in her 30s. You can still probably find somebody. But a lot of men are not getting with ladies that have kids. They're just not. And then with a psycho, he's probably psycho. He's been in and out of jail. This time he has a stint for 5 years. Yeah, he's crazy. Nobody's gonna date you. Nobody's getting involved with that. But let me hear what you got to say.
Fast, and you know, you living like things won't happen to you. He end up going to prison, right? He get in there, he get insecure, we arguing. You know how dudes get, like, people think like you messing with other people when they go to jail, and it's like, bro, what? I just started school. I got back in school, y'all, so I can't work as much. Like, y'all know how nursing school is. And now all these bills is piled on top of me. Like, all these bills is piled on top of me, and I can't handle them all by myself. And we broke up. I don't even know why we broke up, but we just keep arguing because he's insecure. That's just men who go to jail. They're just insecure. And I'm not even talking to anybody, y'all. I'm not. Like, I'm so focused on school and bettering myself, and I'm getting back into God, and I'm in the Word, and I'm just focused. I'm going to church, and y'all, do y'all know? I sent this dude a message on the little jail phone, and I said, look, bruh, a lot of bills done piled up. I have to pay off my credit card bills. I just want to buy me and my kids a house. Why he hasn't bought me and my kids a house, and I've been with him for 13 years, I don't know. That blows me as well. Because he can buy us a house. He has the money, right? But I was just telling him, like, man, all these bills is just piled up, bro. Like, I'm in nursing school. I can't do this. Like, I'm like drowning. I'm really like keeping my head above water. This man, this loser, I can't even call him a man, bro. This dude gonna message me back talking about, you not my responsibility anymore. I only take care of what's mine. I tried, and you can't respect me and love me the way that I want to be loved. So I had to force myself to love myself. $13 years. You give somebody your whole 20s, bruh. You had babies, you sacrificed all your dreams and everything, right? And regardless of how you feel about the mother of your children, like, I feel like that's always supposed to be your responsibility, because when the mother of your children is drowning, bruh, that's a reflection of you. Flat out. Especially when she didn't literally been with you half her life. To break up with her, leave her stuck with a whole bunch of bills. Like, Christmas was 7 months ago. Like, you literally went to jail 2 weeks after Christmas. I just spent $8,000 on you on Christmas, bruh. Like, and you tell me I'm not your responsibility no more. Because I'm not your girlfriend. I would never in my life, I promise, I would never in my life give another man that much of me. Like, God is the only thing I'm giving my time and energy to. Like, you cannot trust a man, bro. These men are horrible.
She got it wrong. Listen, the problem is not giving your all to a man. The problem, you gave your all to the wrong guy.
My point exactly.
In and out of jail in my past, I was a knucklehead. I'm talking about the worst of the worst. But I was never in and out of jail. Why? Because I always knew, hey, you got to fly straight. You can't do this no more. When I hit 20, I said I can't do this anymore. I gotta fly straight. I gotta stay with the job, and it saved me. It saved my life because I didn't want to end up like this guy. I had a lot of friends like this guy. I didn't want to end up like that. So I flew straight. I turned out to the man I am today. You gave your all to the wrong guy. My wife gave 9 years to me, and it's done wonders for her. You could have done the same thing for a good man, but what was the problem? Why couldn't you pick the nice guy? Why couldn't you pick the good guy? Why couldn't you pick the guy that didn't have the spinning rims or the gold chain? Like, why did you have to go for the flash? Everything that glitters ain't gold. What you learned as a kid is true. Everything that glitters ain't gold. That man is flat broke. I'm telling you now, that man is flat broke. I know guys that can run laps around him. I can run laps around him. You chose wrong.
Horrible. Horrible. And I don't even hate men. I know it's really good men out here, but they already got somebody. It seems like all the good men are already taken. But I promise you, bro, like, I'm so sorry because that's sick. That's sick, bro. Like how men do the mother of their children for no reason. For no reason. For no reason. He didn't catch me in the house, in the bed with no man. He ain't, you know what I mean? He ain't catch me cheating. He ain't catch me doing nothing. It just, that man goes to jail and he like abandons his whole family. He don't call. He don't check on us. It's like he go to jail and he gets in a prison mentality. It's the sickest thing I ever seen, but it's like the real life is going on out here. Like the earth don't stop because you go to jail. So if you're young and you watching this, stay away from the streets. Stay away from them the streets who spend 95% of their time in the streets, because it's like, okay, you spend all this time in the streets, you got all this money, and you can't help the mother of your kids, bruh.
It's the reason why, like when you look at Russell and Sierra, you know, the verbiage gets centered around Russell is what y'all kids need. Yeah. But a lot of you probably couldn't maintain a guy like that because you so hot in the ass that if you're not getting certain excitement, you finna run out and pass your pussy out everywhere. And you know what I mean? Yeah. It has to do with self-esteem, discipline as a woman, you know, how we view us. Yeah. So to sum it up, it's a projection.
I hate men. I hate them. 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 This is sick. Like, I'm just, and I'm so mad because my makeup was so cute and I just cried it off. And I just was sitting here thinking like, bruh, I know when I hit rock bottom, it's God trying to reset me and restart me, and I'm not going back to him. He's dead to me.
This is why we struggle with accountability. Most women chase bad boys because being with a bad boy allows you to end up being a victim at some point or another.
Why do they want to be victims?
It is programmed in us that poor me is some type of flex as a woman and as a mother.
Like, to see the mother of your children crying out for your help and you tell her you not my responsibility is crazy. Especially when she literally gave you half her life. I hate men.
Bad boys will allow, you're able to say, girl, I was with Tyrone, he in the streets. He took me out. It was exciting. There's the excitement side, but then there's always, if this doesn't work out with Tyrone, I have a story where Tyrone was the one that did me wrong. When you with a Russell, he ain't finna do nothing. You never finna be no victim. And so what that means is, if the Russell never finna do shit and try you, guess what you got to do?
What's that?
You got to step your character up and not be doing shit neither. You got to be not texting niggas and being flawed, and you got to be a good wife and go home, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. With Tyrone, I could shake a little something on the side because he be doing anyway. He Tyrone, he the bad boy.
That is all.
I gotta tell you, you're beefing with men. It's with him. It's with degenerates, and you fell for it. You fell for the trick, and you're in the position you're in now.
Name?
My name is Bella.
Okay, what is your ideal type?
I like bad boys with protective type. You know what I mean? Like someone that can protect me. That's my type. Bad boys.
That don't mean I don't care how popular you are, how good you look. Looks don't necessarily do it all for me. Like I need to see you as a whole entire package.
Typically, when you get older, mileage has increased. Kids have increased. Your weight has increased. So you kind of fell out of your prime a bit. When you were in your prime, you were targeting toxicity. And we're not talking about you. We're talking about the average woman. So most women, when they get older, they'll start realizing, okay, this toxic dude that I've been chasing forever is not good for me. Like, I done experienced it. He's cheating all around, you know what I'm saying? He's making me feel like nothing and all this. You know what? I'm going to go try to pursue the man that's actually good for me. But by that time, you done had a kid with this toxic man. Or you done, been stressed out to where you done gained weight. So you're not in your prime no more. And that's typically how it goes. So now you are doing the good man a disservice because they're not getting you at your prime. They're getting you on the clearance rack. And that's what I feel like the problem is.
Yeah, that definitely is the problem.
So, I'm just going to rant a little bit longer on the women calling their men pomegranate.
Because AJ can get clips from it.
That is how you that's how you ruin good men. If you are a woman who is not healed through their trauma, say you were in a past relationship with a man who was extremely abusive to you, and in your survival mode, you would match his level of intensity, so you would start yelling, screaming, calling names, throwing things in his face because he was doing it to you, and now you're in a new relationship, and you're with a man who doesn't do anything like that. He's a super sweet dude. He has his flaws. He frustrates you and gets under your skin a little bit. But once you enter fight or flight and you're triggered and you're living that scenario that you had with your ex, knowing that that is not your current partner, and you start throwing things in his face and calling him names and yelling at him and berating him because you can't control your emotions or resolve the trauma and the damage from somebody else, you are ruining that good man. And you're going to take a little bit of a piece of him every single time that happens.
Yep.
And before you know it, you're going to have all the pieces. He's going to be a shell of a man of who he was. He's not even going to recognize himself when he looks in the mirror.
All right.
Every single day is going to be Groundhog Day for him. He's going to wake up, know there's going to be conflict that day, go to work, come home, and know he is not going to be appreciated.
Yep.
And because he's not going to feel appreciated, he's not going to appreciate you. And in turn, that's going to build more resentment in you. And you're going to continue to berate that man. What were you going to say?
It's also going to create a whole lot of, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, I'm not going to help you, we're not going to have conversation, I'm going to start drinking, we're going to start playing video games. There's going to be a whole lot of things that are going to start happening in that scenario from a man who otherwise would not do those things because he's looking for an out.
Right.
That shell of a man shit really changes people. And,
It does.
And when you start dating somebody, you have a reason that you want to be with them. And as you start to change who they are to fit what you think they need to be, you're going to end up with somebody who's not who you started with. And that's where everybody in the comments going, well, he changed.
He's changed.
He's not the same person I started. He's a narcissist. He hid it for the first 6 years, and now all of a sudden he's a piece of shit. Yeah, because he's miserable because of the way that things are going. Or women, for that matter.
Yeah, that's what happens. And guys have started avoiding women like that. Like that woman that was just last speaking, guys would avoid her. Guys would be like, no, especially with TikTok nowadays. I've seen your TikTok video. I'm staying far away from you. And it's in a lot of people's faces. Why? Because everybody's watching YouTube. And that's where all these TikToks end up. You're going to be exposed. I'm sorry, ladies, but you're exposed now.
50% of men aged 18 to 30 haven't approached a woman in the last year.
And the men that have approached are doing remarkably well. More than half have gotten a date from it. And it goes down if you look to like long-term relationships, how many dates turn into a long-term relationship. But the men who are approaching, they're doing pretty well, actually.
Of that 50% of them did get a date.
Might have even been about 70%. At least got a date or a phone number or some kind of romantic connection there. People that approach women, they're getting dates from it.
Given the fact that this is an exclusively agentic decision that you're making, if you have a little bit more confidence in yourself, it's going to make making the decision more easy. But ultimately, there's a huge chunk of people in that 50% that are doing it that probably are just as unsure and just as terrified and just as uncertain as you are. So yeah, I mean, that's a serious white pill for why you should approach women.
I don't know what possibly could be a better ad for just do it. Just
Do it!
Ask the girl out! Buy her dinner! Hold the door open for her! What's the worst that could happen? She says no. Half of all the men aged 18 to 30 haven't approached a woman in the last year. Obviously, I think there are a lot of reasons for that, which we can decode separately, but you have everything to gain from asking a woman out on a date. Part of the reason I am marrying my now fiance is because he didn't even ask me on a date. He told me, hey, we're going on a date, okay? And I said, great!
Not really. I'll tell you what it is. And I'll tell you why a lot of guys are not approaching. A lot of men want to get married. They do. More so than women think, right? Like me, I wanted to get married. I knew for sure I couldn't get married to a woman back home. I couldn't. I could have, but could you imagine the drama? Actually, I've tried to, but I don't want to get into that, right? Now, guys know it's going to be a long road. Divorce, everything is ramped up. It's too dangerous. They're not talking about that. They just talk about talking to a woman. Yeah, you can get some. Every man, if you just want to get some, talk to a woman. You're going to get them. I say that. I support you guys. But other than that, no.
70% are women that are initiating divorces in this country. I don't think the old statistics, I don't think that's how we think of it, you know?
No, we tend to think of divorce as like an older man, like leaving his, wife or a younger woman. And it's really women are breaking, and they're breaking, when you look at the statistics, they're breaking because of household chores, inequality, because they're being held back in their careers, because men add 7 hours of domestic labor a week to a woman's life, and a woman takes away like 3 hours from his life, and that's adding hours that like he's not doing. So like these little inequalities add up, and I think especially since pandemic, women are just breaking and they want another way out and another way to live.
I like the title of this book because it's so jarring in a way, that how I left and I started my life as opposed to I started my life by getting married. That's the idea. Like you get married and start a whole new life. And for so many people, let's just say for millions of people, happily married and do that. But the idea of starting a brand new life and it be a great beginning isn't part of the divorce narrative.
No, it really isn't. We tend to see divorce as an ending, but for me it was a beginning.
Let me stop this. I gotta stop this because I can't really let it finish. Shows like this have been on network TV for years. Network TV needs to have shows talking against this. Seriously.
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen.
Like how I'm talking right now should be on a network TV show. It should. It should be 15 channels of this, right? It's an issue. This is a problem. Women make it feel like it's okay. This is why it's not good to talk to women in the States. This is why men don't.
Hey, y'all. Y'all. Today is like a weird offset kind of day. I'm off of work right now. I go in tonight. But I really just want to talk to y'all about relationships today. I honestly don't even know where to start, right? It's so much. But I can say it is very hard being an alpha female. When you work, you go to school, you pay your own bills, you know what I'm saying? And when
I gotta stop right there. She just said it's hard being an alpha female.
As a single woman phase.
This is the problem. And I don't think it's gonna be fixed.
Answer's coming.